Welcome to Reddit Tea Time. My husband and I have been together for 7 years and married for 3 months. We both work high-stress jobs with high incomes and no children. We're frugal and spend our money on savings and trips. In our relationship, I plan our retirement, keep track of finances, host friends and family, arrange gifts, make appointments and plan our vacations. We travel a lot. For his part, he does laundry and cooks and does the dishes more than me. He gets along well with everyone and is the more easygoing one. On our trips, I've asked my husband to help me with tasks ranging from helping me plan beforehand to finding an Uber. Usually he ignores me until it's too late and I have to make the decision, or he makes mistakes, getting an Uber to the wrong place or forgetting beach towels I asked him to bring. Mistakes aren't a big deal, but he places the blame for them on me. This issue is not new to us. For our wedding, I did 99% of the planning and he promised in return that he would plan a honeymoon. Right before the wedding, he looked up a Costco package that was almost twice as expensive as we'd agreed to spend, and that didn't have guaranteed spots. What I really wanted him to do was not to find an all-inclusive, unaffordable trip that we didn't go on, but do something that was tailored to us. My husband also has a twin brother that often comes along with us. Like my husband, his twin doesn't help plan and had never thanked me for planning trips for us. He behaves like coming on trips is a gift to me. Outside of this, I've tried to be his friend, but I feel no reciprocity. I get him gifts for his birthday and holidays, text him and call him and include him, i.e., asking him if he wants me to write his name on a Mother's Day card when he hasn't helped pick a gift. Right now, we're all on a flight back from Hawaii where I research hotels and flights, put together schedules, booked hikes and dinners, rented a car, etc. When I brought up the fact that they complained a lot and never said thank you, my brother-in-law said he told me the sunset was nice, and that's the same as a thank you. When I told this to my husband and explained how upset I am with both of them for not helping me, not yelling but definitely not in a calm way, he told me to F myself. My husband also said that if I cancel future trips that I'm no longer invited to my in-laws' Thanksgiving, the one thing his mom plans. I've already planned and booked an elaborate 3-week Christmas trip to Italy for the 3 of us. They say they want to go while doing nothing, but I just feel exhausted. At this point, I'm considering canceling it entirely, canceling my own portion, or canceling one or both of their portions and going solo. Would I be the bonehead if I took one of those paths? Now for some comments. Not the bonehead, but in a 7-year relationship prior to your marriage, surely this has been an ongoing problem. Why did you marry him, or by extension his twin it sounds like? Your husband told you to F yourself, then threatened to exclude you from the family Thanksgiving for canceling trips where you do all the work. Hell no. Cancel your husband and his twin's Christmas trips and go solo. But I would suggest a trip to the divorce lawyer first. Yikes. Too bad you cannot go back in time 3 months. Not the bonehead. You don't have a partner. You have a taker. He's putting in the bare minimum effort and getting far more back. You expressed your concerns and he told you to F yourself. He's a bonehead. His brother is too. Your husband and his brother sound exhausting. I would make that Christmas trip to Italy for only one person and enjoy not going to the in-laws for Thanksgiving. Not the bonehead, but your husband and his weaponized incompetence sure is. OP, get on birth control that can't be tampered with. You do not want children with him. He's already a child. He'll make you do all of the childcare. Stop investing in your relationship with the twin. If he doesn't pick out a gift for Mother's Day, don't hound him to sign it. If he doesn't give you gifts or make any effort, don't make an effort either. You should get into therapy with your husband. You need a mediator. Him using that language with you is unacceptable. So is his behavior and threats about Thanksgiving. Who is paying for these trips? We, female 26, male 29, married for 2 months. We're at a dinner party at my husband's sister's, female 33, and I found out that my husband was in love with his sister's friend, Jasmine, female 33, for the longest time. I wasn't bothered by that. We met 3 years ago and we both had lives before we met. What I didn't like is how Jasmine kept touching and kissing my husband on the cheek and saying she regretted dumping him. I didn't know what to do and I didn't want to make a scene since Jasmine was already drunk and so loud. I just tried to stand between my husband and her. After a while, Jasmine shouted, "Don't worry, if I wanted him, I would have had him." The music was loud, so not many heard but Jasmine, my husband's sister, and me. My husband's sister kept telling Jasmine to shut up, but Jasmine said no. I might as well know that she let me have him so I don't look this smug. I didn't say anything, and I wasn't smug at all, but mortified. Then she stood so close to me and told me that my husband texted with her the day before our wedding, and if she wanted, she could have easily told him to call off the wedding. I was shocked. When we got home, I confronted my husband about everything. About the hugging and kissing, he said she was drunk, so he didn't know what to do. About calling me pathetic, she called me pathetic for following my husband around because I didn't know anyone there but sister-in-law, and I'm very shy. He said that she was obviously jealous, so he didn't want to stoop to her level. About the texts before our wedding, he swore that they were innocent. He was nervous and she texted him and he told her he was nervous and scared and nothing more. The texts were deleted. I was still very upset and he told me he loved me and he was happy to have married me. I was still upset, so he told me to work on my self-esteem because I was being dramatic about a loser. I asked him if he would have married her if she didn't dump him and he said yeah. Then he hastily said, because I wouldn't have known you. I asked him if he did, would he have chosen her? He just sat silent. I've been crying all week, switching between anger and pain in my heart. My husband loves my hair, so I made an appointment today and cut it very, very short. When he saw me, he was very angry and said I was a bonehead because I knew he loved my hair and I cut it to get back at him. He called me a big baby and a bonehead. But I don't think I'm the bonehead no matter the reason because it's my hair and my choice. Now for some comments. Sounds like you got a breakup cut before the breakup instead of after. Everyone here might suck and could do with some form of therapy. Learn to talk to each other. Also, F that sad sloppy witch. You should just laugh and brush her off every time she tries talking to you like that the next time and watch her melt down in front of everyone. I hope you realize this is about far more than your hair. It was definitely petty to do that, but it is your hair. Focus on the bigger issue you're having. You've lost trust in your husband. Based on what you wrote, it doesn't seem like it's fair, but I sense there's more to this story. You're the bonehead. Jasmine got exactly what she wanted, an angry wife and a husband who must now suffer for the actions of a drunk, jealous twit. My husband and I just got back from a trip where I contracted a nasty bacterial infection in my chest and my sinuses. I don't think I've ever felt that sick before. I'm still sick but no longer feel like I'm dying. Yesterday in the morning, I made my famous Get Better Soon soup that I only make when someone in the family or friend circle is sick. Chopping and slicing and general cooking stuff wiped me the F out, but it was so worth it. Husband was at work and I wanted soup. No big deal. We'd often bring his mom food since she lives nearby and we'd like to help and spend time with her. When my husband came home to me laying on the couch much like a dead fish lays on the beach, he declared the soup smelled amazing and then asked me to put some in to-go containers for him and his mom to eat. I just looked at him and very slowly and very quietly said, I'm still really sick and I'm the one who had to make the soup, so it really took a lot out of me. Can you please do it yourself? I did not succeed in keeping the annoyance out of my voice. He said yes, also a little annoyed. As he approached the stove, he asked, do you think it's hot enough for us to eat right away or will I have to heat it up when I get there? And then I lost it. I yelled. I couldn't help myself. I was so annoyed and shocked at his first question. I really couldn't handle how incredibly incompetent his new question was. I said, give me a break. Please, Lord, you have to be kidding me. You're a grown man with hands and a brain. You cannot be asking me about the temperature of something you're standing over. Tell me you're effing with me. He was standing there shocked and a little hurt. I felt bad, but not that bad. All he had to do was ladle the soup into the to-go containers. He'd be able to feel the heat through the container. Or he could have tried it. Or he could have done literally anything other than ask me that question. Stick your wing-wang in there for all I care. He really didn't say much, just packed up the soups and left. Everything's fine. He seems to have chalked it up to she's sick and in a bad mood, which he's not wrong, and has forgotten about it. I did not apologize, nor has he asked or seemed like he needed one. Everything's all good, but I told my mom this story and she said I was a jerk and should apologize. So, am I the bonehead? Now for some comments. Absolutely not the bonehead. Why are so many husbands this way? This is the most ridiculous case of weaponized incompetence I've ever heard. I'm too helpless to figure out how to warm this liquid which I'm currently holding. Wifey needs to get up and figure it out for me. I'm giggling so much at this grown man not being able to figure out something so simple. And of course he could have figured it out by using his own God-given senses. He just wanted you to do it for him. What a maroon. Wives, girlfriends, partners everywhere. We need to stop coddling these men and let them stand on their own 2 feet, or let them fall into possibly hot soup. I'm assuming this may not be the first time he's added to the mental load, so not the bonehead. Side note, I've made it a habit when I feel like I'm stressed or sick or just don't want to make any more choices, and I've lived with guys my whole life by literally saying, I don't want to make any more choices, so it's up to you. This usually helps them from asking anything else, LOL. Also, I hope you're feeling better. Listen, I'd be mad for him sharing soup with anyone else I made while sick, not the bonehead. I mean, you shouldn't really yell at him, but asking you to put the soup into to-go containers is so ridiculous that I'm guessing there's a whole pattern of weaponized incompetence and acting like you're his mommy, so I'm gonna go with not the bonehead. Unless I'm wrong about that. Not the bonehead. I'm actually more shocked that he took the soup for him and his mother when you're the one sick and had to make it yourself. They're both healthy and feeling fine. Why couldn't they make their own dinner and leave the feel better soon soup leftovers for the person who is actually sick? Selfish and inconsiderate SOBs, if you ask me. I don't know if I'm the bonehead here or not. Opinions vary, so I decided to ask internet strangers. I, 16 female, have had a bad year. My mom died in February and nothing has really gone well since then. She and my bio father were never married and he wasn't around while I was growing up. I have like a vague memory that he visited once when I was really little, but otherwise he hasn't been around. He says it was because he wasn't ready to be a dad, so it was better that he sent my mom child support and stayed away. Whatever. My mom doesn't have a lot of family, so when she died, my bio father was the one who was asked to take me and he agreed. I wasn't a fan of the idea, but no one really cares what I think, and it's better than being in the group home I was at while they figured everything out. He's been okay and mostly lets me do my own thing. His wife Cheryl treats me like I came from juvie and bothers me about every little thing from my clothes to the way I do laundry to telling me not to get into trouble, like I can't go to school without doing something shady. They have 2 sons, 6 and 3, and the 6-year-old mimics her riding me. I told my bio father and he said he would talk to her, but now she just does it when he's not around. Her family was over to visit this weekend and her mom asked how I was settling in at school. Cheryl commented that I was staying out of trouble. I was nearby and it just hit a nerve, so I said, "Why do you think I would get in trouble?" She looked embarrassed and said that she knew I came from a rougher area and might not know how things worked here. I asked her what she meant by rougher area and she said it was more urban. I think her mom was embarrassed for her and said that she was sure I've always been well behaved. I asked Cheryl why she thought living in the city meant I would get into trouble. My bio father walked up then and the subject changed, but later, Cheryl was mad because I embarrassed her in front of her mom and implied things. I think her mother must have said something. Bio father asked me about what happened and now they're mad at each other, but he says I should have talked to him instead of picking a fight. Now for some comment. Beautiful. You're not the bonehead, but you uncovered her bias in such a clever way that she outed herself as the bonehead in front of everyone. You just kept feeding her rope as she professionally hung herself. Excellent job. Not the bonehead. This is a tough situation and everyone is adapting. Your stepmother brought the embarrassment to herself with her attitude. It sounds like your pushback worked. It's engaging the people to help her see reason. I hope your father gets better at having your back here, and I hope your stepmother starts treating you better. Cheryl is upset because she got called out on her prejudice BS. It does sound like your dad is trying his best with this new scenario, but also that he is supportive. Keep the lines of communication with him open and see where it goes. Not the bonehead. Cheryl has the mindset of that rich, rude person. And don't feel bad for talking back, because I would have done worse, especially after my mom died. Sorry for your loss. What do you think? Please let me know in the comments below. If you like these stories, please consider subscribing. Hopefully, I'll see you in the next Reddit story. In the meantime, please take care of yourself. Bye for now.